Hi everyone. Right, this is a little bit of a rant video and partly more of an informative one. I get a lot of questions about microblading and what the difference is between what I do and the microblading treatment, and the answer is quite a few things, but the odd thing is that they actually give the same result. Now, the reason why I don't personally like microblading and I don't do microblading is because of a few different reasons, mainly 3 to 4 reasons. Reason 1 is the amount of training. The training in order to just do microblading is on average between 2 to 3 days. Now that means legally you can tattoo someone after 3 days of training. Now, my training for cosmetic tattooing took me about 3 years to complete, and in my opinion that gives you far more of experience dealing with different skins and different designs and things like that. And the other thing is the thing itself, and what microbladers use is a blade. Well, technically it's 3 needles in a sloping configuration, and the problem with that is that you can't make overlapping hairs. If you make an overlapping hair, you're risking taking a chunk of hair out and a chunk of skin out of the brow. With cosmetic tattooing, that isn't a risk because you're purely just making dots along the skin. Another reason is it's just a buzzword, and people are very fixed on wanting microblading but not fully understanding then that there is no real difference between them. If you've seen any of the photos that I've put up of my treatments and the work that I've done, and you can see my eyebrows, they are done with a cosmetic tattoo machine. They aren't done with microblading. But people are very fixated on this word. And another thing with it is consistency. With tattooing, and this comes back down to experience as well, when you are experienced with a cosmetic tattoo machine, you know what depth you're feeling for, because you can feel vibrations around the face, around this section here. You can feel it, and you know from the vibrations whether you're hitting the right level of skin. With a blade, there's no vibrating, there's no noise, there's nothing to indicate where you are in the skin, and to me that sounds like guesswork, and that is quite worrying to me. I like to say whether I'm OCD, but I like to know when a client leaves what's going to come back through the door. And there are some clients that you feel in certain areas that you haven't been able to get the pressure quite right, and when they come back in for their second treatment, you know exactly what to do to correct it. But with microblading, you don't know from their last treatment what you need to do differently, or whether you need to up the vibrations or the pressure on certain areas of the face. So I hope that's been a little bit more informative on what the main differences are. People tend to segregate them as 2 separate treatments, which in a way they are, in a way they're not. But if you do have any other questions about the microblading, then feel free, leave me a message, leave me a comment, and I'll answer them as soon as I can. Have a good day. Bye.